16 for that.
Sorry?
16 for that.
Thanks everyone. Thanks for coming along tonight. Mitch Marsh making his return to the Australian Test team today. Here to answer your questions. Yeah.
Mitch, you said in a press conference at the Oval 4 years ago and said that most people in Australia hated you.
First question.
How do you think they feel about you now?
Hopefully very happy. Hopefully very happy.
Well played. How much of a surprise was it that you were playing at all?
I mean, always a bit of a surprise and very unfortunate for Greeny with a very, very minor hamstring injury, but feel like I've been his understudy for a few years now on a lot of tours, and this group, we have a great squad mentality, and my previous experience on long test tours is you always get a chance at some stage, so I just wanted to stay ready, and I think I'm the first man to score a Test 100 on a UK holiday.
Show me all you know.
And Mitch, like, you make that Test return and Mark Wood is breathing fire at the other end, and what was it like? And you took him on early before the lunch break, and then you hooked him for 6 later on. Just facing Mark Wood and just coming back to Test cricket and batting in those conditions.
Yeah, obviously we know that he's going to be a key option for them, and fantastic for him to come back into international cricket after a lot of injuries and take 5 for. I'm sure he's a very happy man. Very good bowler, and I think probably just lean on my experience of growing up at the Wacker against fast bowling, sink or swim from a very early age. So I thought it was a great contest between him and I, and he's still got Pfeiffer, so we've got a lot of work to do to make sure we nullify him in the second innings.
Dan, up the back.
Mitch, just a couple. One, when exactly did you find out you would be playing? And two, were there times we thought that you wouldn't play Test cricket again over the last few years?
Yeah, I sort of knew that Greeny was a little bit sore 2 days out. So I started to switch on a bit there. And then obviously the day before the game, after Greeny had a scan, knew that I was playing. So it was nice to have a little bit of time to prepare mentally for coming back into Test cricket. I think there's always times when you spend a lot of time away from the game where you think that you might not get back. It's taken a lot of hard work. I chose to have ankle surgery and miss last summer to get on this tour, knowing that I was going to be Greeny's understudy. So, really proud to be able to get back. And this team and our squad, our staff, it's a squad that you want to be a part of. I feel a part of the squad, even though I haven't played a lot of Test cricket over the last couple of years. I feel very much a part of it, and I think that's a testament to our leadership. And I think that's why we've had a lot of guys come in and contribute at different times, and certain guys play unbelievably well.
Mitch, after a day like that, do you feel like you've ensured that it's not just a one-off, that no matter what happens, that you can be the man to play at Manchester in a few weeks' time?
Probably a touch early for that. I wouldn't mind going back to my UK holiday, to be honest. Greeny can come back in. But we'll see what happens.
Hey Mitch, I know you laughed it off before about the difference between 4 years and now, but on a more serious note, do you feel the love from Australia now?
I think it's certainly changed after the T20 World Cup. Felt a lot more love, and when you're not failing every second week, they seem to like you a bit more. So that makes it very easy not playing. But yes, I mean, we've got great support. I love seeing our supporters here in England. The yellow shirts, the green shirts, where they're sitting, and I've always, at times it's been tough, but I've always felt supported by a lot of people.
Just on that support, I don't know if have you seen the video of your brother and dad?
I saw it just as I walked in, yeah. Sean's 40th in a couple of days' time, so all the family's in Bali, so let's hope he gets to 40.
Was there any, just on that, was there any suggestion that they might come over for this? Like, did you get the call up early enough to let them know?
Yeah, Dad had just flown back that day. So he was mid-air when I found out that I was playing. So, but to be honest, I don't think he was missing the 40th. That's much more exciting. And obviously, yeah, all my family and all of our close friends are celebrating there with Sean. So whilst they weren't here, if you haven't seen the video, it's bloody great.
And just how about the single to get you there? You're a bit kind of skittish to get to it. It was a reasonably hairy single, right?
Yeah, put Travie on the barbecue. And luckily, the youngster fumbled it. So otherwise I would have been stuck on 99 and running my mate out. Yeah, it's just one of those things, bat on ball, and I didn't want to spend long in the 90s, so very lucky.
Back over here, Louis, please. Are you Nash? Did you have one Nash? Over to Matt on your left there, Nash. And then we'll bring it back down this side, guys.
Mitch, what is it about England? You seem to like scoring hundreds against England.
That's a good question. Not sure I have an answer for that. Ashes cricket is always something, as a young kid you want to play in. Coming in before lunch today was probably some of the toughest conditions I've come in my Test career so far. So really proud of the work that I've done mentally to be able to overcome nerves and get into the contest as quickly as I possibly can. And I think that comes with a bit of age, a bit of growth, and probably a bit of time away from the game to work on certain things.
There was a lot of talk about what the atmosphere might be like today from the England fans. So Cummins and Kerry copped it a bit. What did you make of it out there?
I thought it was great, to be honest. I think the Headingley crowd is certainly the West Stand can get pretty loose out there. I'd love to do a day out in the West Stand. Actually, I think I'd fit right in. But yeah, I think the booing is the booing. It's part of it. It's Ashes cricket, bring it on.
Mitch, on the first morning of the series, I think you kind of set their hairs running a little bit in the media centre by marking out your run-up. Can you tell us what was going on there? Were you just playing silly buggers, or...?
I was already bored, to be honest. And I took a lot of credit for that as a funny gag. But it wasn't with the intention of stitching you guys up, so I apologise for that. But, a bit of boredom and, got people talking, so it was all good.
G'day, Mitch. Just a question about the pitch. Obviously, it was quite a different pitch in character to the first two Test matches. Brought out some pretty exciting cricket in that regard, and probably a little bit more Australian in style of the cricket played today.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought the wicket was great. There's certainly enough in it. If you put the ball in a good area, and I think we saw that tonight with our bowling. It felt like a great wicket. Felt like great pace, and felt like you could trust your shots if they missed their lengths, and hopefully we're set up for a great game of cricket.
Mitch, from 85 for 4, or 4 for 85, it was a tremendous counter-attack. Was it premeditated, or did you just play on instinct? Because you surely can't have played better than that in a Test match.
It certainly wasn't premeditated. I think, like I alluded to before, done a lot of work on the mental side of my game. People always talk about going out and playing a natural game, which in the Test cauldron is not always easy, but today was as natural as it gets for me, and I felt like I trusted my defence when I needed to. My technique's not perfect, but I know when I move well enough and I make good decisions mentally that I can defend balls and keep the good balls out, and outside of that I'm going to play my shots, and I got rewarded for that today, so it was nice to put on a little partnership with Heady, and I missed out getting him out before tea, which was a real shame, but still got us into a decent position.
So to go here, Mel and
Mitch, just on the position itself, there were wildly different sessions today, and the momentum sort of swinging around quite a bit. Just wondering if you can talk about that, where you sort of find yourself now.
Us as a team? I think the game's pretty evenly poised. 1 or 2 wickets tomorrow early on. I'm going to get Jimmy and Broadie's straw and suck the clouds in tomorrow. They've got a famous straw apparently. They suck the clouds in. and I think it's evenly poised. A couple of wickets tomorrow, we're right in them.
Nice one.
Mitch, you spoke about being on the sidelines for a long period. How do you ensure that
Time's up.
How do you ensure that your spirits don't drop and your preparations are still intact so that the minute you come back in, you can perform?
This thing. I wanted to wear it one more time and put it on again. So I think I've been a part of a lot of squads over the last couple of years, understanding my role of, like I keep saying, with Greenie coming on the scene, and the amazing talent that he is. I know my role in this team, and I know that as an all-rounder for him, playing all three formats in the IPL now, there's going to be times where he needs a break. So I knew that at some stage an opportunity would come, and I've loved working with Greenie. He's a special talent.
Brilliant. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Make sure you cut the roll.
Sorry.
Very nice.
Yeah.